Alright, that was goofy. Alright, so now we're gonna start back where we left off helping the bird people. Linu Hanu, and I think we're going right into a cutscene. So here we go. The lifting of wings. Wook Lamont settles down to rest before the festival gets underway. Getting some dye. We should get some rest before the excitement begins. Up, cutscene. Over there, by the float. Isn't that the third promise? Then the rumors are true. She's trying to complete the feat of reeds by reviving Ihihana. The festival is a prayer for healthy crops, but does she honestly believe that will be enough to save our harvest? The second promise, meanwhile, barely glanced at the fields before leaving Okanu altogether. Maybe we ask too much of our young claimants. Oh, I wouldn't be too quick to count Koana out. A friend of mine overheard him muttering by the reeds. Something about what needs to be done. Is that so? Perhaps we'll get to see another of his innovations firsthand. Huh? That sounds like our Koana. One look at the reeds was all he needed to think up a solution. Be that as it may, our own solution is nearly ready. Indeed, as soon as the others get back, our long-awaited festival can begin. It took some doing, but we managed to gather competitors to vie for the title of Winds Chosen. The winner was only too happy to donate his feathers. You should have seen it. He called forth an incredible gust that sent his feathers sailing for Malms. We had a turn ourselves, but it's more difficult than it looks. Poor Aaronville's twirled in the air for a moment before landing on his foot. I'm a gleaner. Magic is not part of our training. As for us, we've brought the wood and gemstone replacements crafted by Wook Ivu. All that's left is to attach them. Has it been decided who will ride the float? Papa was the guest of honor the last time I was here. I remember being surprised they could even lift the thing with its hulking weight on top of it. The rider must be a personage of great esteem, which is why an invitation is usually extended to the Dawn Servant. This time, however, I have another in mind. Oh, who is it? Our beloved Ihihana, the lifting of wings, is only being held because of you and your companions. Thus do I nominate you, Wuklamat, as our guest of honor. Huh? Me? This boat won't make me seasick, will it? I don't think so. Then weigh anchor. I can hardly refuse a request from one even more enthusiastic about the festival than me. I would be delighted to ride your float. Thank you, Wuklamat. I have roles for the rest of us as for the rest of you as well. We'll be carrying the festival float in a slow procession towards Kozanuaki, where the sacred likeness of Kiksehi is ensconced. These names. What I'd like you to do is clear the path of dangerous wildlife so that the procession can move along unimpeded. Consider it done. You expect me to sit still until Wook Evu has finished with the float? Let me come along and I'll help with the clearing. As you know, I'm not much for fighting. I'll stay behind and assist Wook Evu with the repairs. If you aren't sure where you need to go, the path I spoke of begins at the south of the village and branches off to the east. That will lead you across the bridges to the Stride of the Sun. Then we shall see to clearing it end to end. Alright, let's go. As Linahanu said, Kozanuaki should be down this way, then off to the east when the path branches. Then something about bridges and the Stride of the Sun. Anyway, let's split up and get to work. Once you've culled all the threats you can find, we'll meet up in front of Kiksa whatever. Oh yeah, now I can kill some stuff. Get my little companion here. Get some food too. All right. Well, that's taken care of. It's easy. Well, I am 98, so... Ah. Kryl murder painting a big turtle. Alright, got that taken care of. Alphino killing frogs. Alright, got him. Ah, you were a step ahead of us. This must be the likeness of Kixaihi, the Hanu Hanu deity of the harvest. It's half expensive. Even their sacred images are made of reeds. Makes you appreciate how much their culture revolves around the reed harvest, doesn't it? It's said that Kixaihi was worshipped on another continent. This ancient faith was then brought to Taral by the first Hanu Hanu. The Hanu migrated here from another continent. Then mayhap the two do share a common ancestor. This is all very fascinating, but shouldn't we be getting back to Linu Hanu? He'll want to know the path is safe for the procession. Right, and I need to ride on the float. I'll run ahead and tell him we're done here. Meanwhile, in Okanu.
Not sure we heard you right, old man. Why don't you say that again?
As many times as you'd like. The third promise tasked me with repairing this float, and I'll not relinquish it to an uncultured brute like you. Much less one that can't even manage a simple greeting.
We wanted to handle this in a civilized way, but we're more than willing to kill you.
We have a two-headed problem. Yes, please hurry. She's on her way back already?
Stand back, Wukevu! I will protect the float! Are you trying to be brave, little bird?
I could never have repaired the float alone. Not properly. But thanks to Wuklamat and her friends, we can hold Ihihana again. This is a priceless treasure. And as festival leader, I would die to protect it.
Very well, if that's what you want.
What?
to that blow.
Good. The better for you to understand the gulf between us.
But you need more lessons. We'll carve them into your mangy hide until you cry and beg forgiveness.
Your brilliant plan was to steal the float and take the credit. The so-called blessed siblings are nothing but cheats.
Your scorn is sweet music. Come, weaklings. We'll crush you each in turn. Or all together, if you like.
Calm yourself, Chosen One. If you fight in earnest, this will end in a massacre. What's more, we have word that our other prospect is on the verge of success.
Then it would be foolish to expend effort sweating nuts.
Lucky for you. Eh?
Two heads. I see Mamuk still clings to that loathsome hope.
Talk to us, Third Promise. You're not dying, are you?
It'll take more than that to kill me. So, are we having this festival or not?
Yes! Yes, we are!
Thank you for coming to our rescue. I tried to protect the float, but against that two-head, I may as well have not been there at all. Nonsense, you stood your ground and bought us the time we needed to make it back. You were incredibly brave. Knowing the Hanu Hanu, Wukivu wishes to spread word that the festival will soon be held. With that exciting interlude over, you'll be pleased to know that my repairs are finished as well. Before we commence the festival, however, it would be a courtesy to inform the villagers that Ihihana will be held after all. Go forth, but do not forget your greetings. At this stage, I should hope the reminder is unnecessary. Oho Kali. See? I remember. Oho Kali to greet the... Okay. See. Oh, I guess I need to... Ohokali. Thank you for letting me know. I would very much like to attend the festival. But the repairs should be finished as soon as possible. What to do, what to do. Ohokali. The festival is about to begin? What do you expect me to say? Besides, of course I'll be there. Cleaning up the storm's aftermath may have been hard on us all, but the lifting of wings is tradition, and a joyous one at that. I won't sit here brooding my days away. Give me a moment to get ready. Ohokali. What? The float is fixed? Our fallen friends would be glad to know that Ihihana will soon be underway. They would have wanted us to honor them with celebration, not let their loss deter us from it. I must go and enjoy the festival for those who no longer can. Oops. The Hanu were pleased to hear their festival was going ahead, I imagine. That is well. Once your friends return, the lifting of wings can begin at last.
So few have come.
Patience. Once Ihihana gets underway, no Hanu will be able to resist joining in.
Just so. Ukewu knows well the heart of the Hanu. Have faith, Third Promise, and climb aboard the float. It is time for the lifting of wings.
Right. Off we go.
Ihihana is a prayer for bountiful harvest, but this is not its only meaning. It is also an exchange of pledges between rider and bearers, a commitment to a long and fruitful friendship.
Listen well, friends! The personage we bear today is Wuklamat, the savior of our beloved festival! Let your shoulders burn, or your feathers fall out! But do not even think of dropping her! ready and...
I could get used to this.
Will empty bellies stop you from joining in the fun? Come and help us carry the float!
Well, well, well. To see the day that Dawn's promise would ride our boat again. We've not had the honor since you were here, Gulul Jaja.
Right, we've enough bearers now. Onwards to Kozanuaki!
Watch well, for you are about to bear witness to the true glory of Ihihana.
Hey, cool.
The float draws upon our life force, concentrating and amplifying the energy. Kishaihi then receives that energy and expels it in a great burst, where it showers down upon the land to replenish its vital currents.
Oh, that's nice. It's feeding all the plants.
It worked.
Like a literal charm.
The float really was helping the reeds.
That was amazing! To think that such a thing was even possible.
Should I have left the float behind like that? I was so excited to see the reeds. Nothing to worry yourself over. My brethren have been swept up by festival fever. Last I saw, they were taking turns at the carrying poles on the way back to the village. Please feel free to look over the fields and enjoy the sight of what you've accomplished. Still cutscene.
Some of them still look a bit sickly.
I imagine even the harvest magic has its limits. If the Hanu continue their festival tradition year after year, though, the entire field should eventually recover.
Where does that leave us with the feet, then?
Where does that leave us with the feet, then?
You've got nothing to fear on that account. Our situation could never have resolved itself. The revival of even a single reed would have served to demonstrate your commitment to the task. That you recognize the nature of the float and found a near-perfect solution in Ihihana proves your dedication. What's more, I don't think I've seen the festival produce such impressive results since I was a mere chirper. We have been lax in maintaining the float, diluting its magic and reducing Ihihana to hollow theater.
Kona!
I was delayed by an unpleasant encounter, but it seems I arrived at a good time.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
What? You just pour in some mystery liquid and problem solved?
Stagnant ether was to blame for the reed's poor condition. I assumed that was an alchemical concoction which enhances ethereal conductivity. It utilized the flowing water as an ethereal current, thereby promoting the transfer of life energies.
A method I could not have devised without the education I received at the studium and the cooperation of my Archon allies.
Archon allies?
You see, Lamachi, this is why we need to embrace foreign knowledge and technology. Employed appropriately, they make light work of what would otherwise be arduous labor. There's no need to lug around heavy floats.
Well, you always were the clever one, brother.
Your approach was no less effective, Wooklamat. It achieved the same result.
Indeed it did. And you enjoyed the festival, yes?
I did. It was so much fun. Having visited your village before, I thought I knew everything about it. As it turns out, I knew very little. About the reeds, about Ihihana. With all I've learned this time, I feel as though I've really come to know the Hanu. And I like you even more now than I did before.
The feeling is mutual. And it's not just you who had a lot to learn either. I'll never look at our float the same way again.
The two of you have exceeded expectations. Come forth and claim your stones.
So this is what they look like.
Go on, set it in the tablet.
All right.
A perfect fit. That leaves 6 more.
And on to the next.
Not even a moment of celebration. That's Kona for you.
The third promise? You must join us for Ikikana next season. As Dawn Servant, of course.
Right. It's back to Tulihiola for now. Thank you for having us. I look forward to seeing you all again.
These are interesting times indeed.
The concoction was brewed by Kona himself. It's a test vial, but it should contain the same reagents.
Good work. We'll use whatever we must to win. For win we must.
My journey has just started and already I've met so many wonderful people. Evu for one. He's a bit eccentric, but everyone could stand to be as respectful of other cultures as he is. And Linuhanu, it warmed my heart to see him honor his departed friend through Ihihana, and to help others do the same. I can't help but feel excited thinking who else I might meet over the course of the contest. Come on, let's head back to Zabalyav TA. Alright, let's do that. Uh-oh, what do we got here? Does this unlock flying or something? Let's see. Yep. Let's unlock the flying. You're Wuklamad's companion, aren't you? Kiksahi smiles upon me. I had hoped the great bird would guide one of the village's saviors to me. See, the time has come for us to make our customary offerings. It is a ceremony we hold dear, and I would invite you to participate as an honored guest. You will join us then? Oh, that makes me so happy my feathers are standing up straight. The traditional offering is a fruit that grows to the southwest, and they must be so ripe that they fall into the earth. Gather 3 and deliver them to Lanuhali at the shrine. Alright. Let's go gather these fruits. There it is. Go back. Let's get on over there. Gotta find the way up. There it is. Oh, further up. That's right. Okay. Oh, hello. To what do I owe this honor? Here's your 3 bags of fruit. Ah, Kixahi will be most satisfied with these. Today you are more than an honored guest, you are the very heart of the ceremony. After your efforts to bring Ihihana back to us, Kixahi is doubtless overjoyed to see you in this role. The fruit shall bear a powerful blessing indeed. Now, you must take the previous offering back whence you came. Deliver the blessed fruit to Anu Hanu, and the ceremony will be complete. Go with haste. All right. Alright, let's go up here. Like there's another one. Other unlock quest. Welcome back. Was Lanu Hali impressed with your offering? Yes. Gave me blessed fruit. Yes, I can feel Kixaihi's grace emanating from these. Thus, the ceremony is complete. The younger Hanu Hanu clamored to participate in this rite, you know. It's said that the fruit offered to Kixaihi becomes imbued with its divine spirit, and all who carry them shall be blessed with great luck. Surely you will be too. Although you traveled far, I hope you feel enriched by the experience. Go with our gratitude, and may the wings of Kixaihi sweep ill fortune from your path. Yay. Alright, I gotta get the other one. It's not too far, let's go see what it is. Yep, another one. Rite of the Winds chosen. Lanu Hanu needs help performing an honored tradition. Oh Kali, of course I know your name. Who isn't familiar with Wuklamat's companions? Not to mention, your friends can't seem to go a moment without mentioning you. Ha! I'm Lanu Hanu, and I have the honor of being the Winds chosen. It is my feathers which adorn the festive float. I feel the wind has guided you to me for a reason. As a visitor to our village who has fast become an honored friend, I would offer you a chance to strengthen our bonds. Perhaps you're familiar with the Lands Guard. It is customary among the Winds chosen to save their molted feathers and present them to these brave protectors as gifts every few years. At this very moment, one of their number is making their way to Okanu to receive our offering. But there's much more to it than just a simple delivery, and I think you'd be interested in taking part. It would deepen your understanding of our ways, and perhaps you and this member of the Lands Guard will become fast friends. I would start with a small task if you're willing. Nahansh is the name of our guest, and he was due to arrive some time ago. I fear he may be lost. Could you search the road for him? I'll stay behind in case he arrives here after all. Alright, let me go look for him. Let's see what he has to say. You're looking for me? You're not a Hanu Hanu, unless you're molting something awful. Not quite. So that's the way of it. Well, now that you found me, I suppose I'd better get on with it. Sorry for my lack of enthusiasm. I joined the Lands Guard hoping I could bust some skulls, slaughter some beasts, you know, use these muscles of mine. But for my first assignment, I'm lugging crates of supplies around. It's not exactly what I had in mind. I suppose complaining won't get this done any faster. Let's go meet this Lanu Hanu then. You found him, now we can begin. Before the gift of feathers is to be bestowed, there are proper steps that must be taken. First, I bid the warmest of welcomes to Nahanch. As the Winds chosen, it is my solemn duty to show you what sights our humble village has to offer. As one of the Lands Guard, it behooves you to become familiar with all corners of the continent, yes? Then come with me to the Cinder of Okanu, where you can behold the entire village at once. Survey the designated location. Okay, let's go over there. Uh-oh, cutscene. Take it all in. This is Okanu. As you can see, our homes are made from wood and reeds, both of which the forest blesses us with in abundance. But nature's blessings are to be treated with care, for dry reeds can easily catch flame, and if they do, we risk setting our entire village alight. Building waterways through Okanu is a way to protect us from such incidents, but aquatic beasts can travel them as well, and when these beasts become too great in number, we beseech the land's guard to cull them. Do you now? I always thought hunting duty was just a way to keep us sharp. While I'm here, I'll make sure nothing troubles your home. All of Okanu would thank you. And now for the reason you came, the feathers of the winds chosen. They're used to adorn the equipment worn by the land's guard. The design evokes the image of Kiksaihi, the great bird revered by all Hanu. The feathers give it a touch of authenticity that make the soldiers appear all the fiercer. Every soldier's outfit is designed according to their profession, and each feather must undergo an elaborate process of dyeing and oiling to meet the land's guard's varied needs. So, without further ado, let us begin. I first ask that you come meet me at the gate to the southeast. Fine. I should warn you, I'm not known for my delicate hands. That went about as well as expected. Could you stay behind for a moment? I would like to hear your opinion of Nahansh. He's not the most motivated person. I have the same impression. Truth be told, his attitude is the same as every Lands Guard troop who comes to receive this gift, and we're meant to fix it. Consider this a rite of passage of sorts. The Lands Guard sends us troops whose rough edges want for polish, and the tasks we set before them serve as a whetstone. Over the course of our work, they gain a great insight into the history and meaning behind this exchange of gifts. Soldiers with a tangible bond to their charge will protect it all the more staunchly. In recent days, however, even our treasure trove of knowledge hasn't been enough to rouse the spirits of some. But working along someone as capable as you, Nahansh may find the extra motivation he needs. Now then, let us proceed to the southeastern gate, and while this goes without saying, keep this little conversation between us a secret. Alrighty. What did I do to deserve this? Now I know why my superiors were snickering behind my back as I departed. The Hanu might think this bird god is worth all this trouble, but I just want to get it over with. Alright, any more? Looks like we're good for now. Let's go find them. Alright, there she is. And just like that, we found an elector and won our first keystone. I knew I was right to trust your instincts. Come on, let's keep things moving and march onwards to Urkelpacha. Chances are good we'll find an elector there as well. Before we do anything, however, we should see what your opportunistic Pelu friend has to say. Let's see what he has to say. To Urkelpacha. The approachable Pelu is awaiting your questions. I've been waiting for what feels like days, and eaten enough of Brook-Evu's tacos to feed an army. What is it you'd like to know? Our main concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall, to reach Urkelpacha we depart from the Arch of the Dawn, then take the road west at the first fork. Should we be wary of anything along the way? That is indeed the way to Urkelpacha. After the damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But do take heart. When it comes to rugged terrain, we have a most dependable solution available. Come with me. Hey. May I introduce to you our most dependable companion, the alpaca. These animals can traverse Urkelpacha's steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. So they fill much the same niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas in Eorzea? Alpacas are native to Yogg-Turul. Eorzea has its chocobos, and the eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in a place which ill suits its qualities, and where it is not needed anyway? But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you aren't fond of alpacas. When I was small and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me, and it was the foulest stench you can imagine. Haha, I see. What do they like to ride? Alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. We're really doing this then? So, was my information useful to you? Yes, very helpful. Even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good, I'll take my payment now. You want me to pay you? I guess I should have expected as much from a Pelu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Pelu value the act of spreading joy through trade, as you should know. They take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. Here you go, a fair price for your fair advice. Yes, I made a trade with the third promise herself. My friends will never believe this. I shall be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then, and thank you. I better not get spit on again. You brought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. I'm still not happy about this, but if we need to ride alpacas to reach Urkopacha, then that's what we'll do.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawntrail, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
So this is Urkopacha. I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear. Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som-Al.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wook Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here of all places. But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watranpelo.
Oh, truly, I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
It's an Urkopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Ooh. Sounds like tequila.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels. Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say. Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliyola. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Watchun Pello's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
Okay. Yeah, okay. Alright.
It's right there.
This is Watchun Pello, home of the Pelu Pelu. Uklamat should have arrived before us. That's not good. You've come all this way for the right of succession? Oh, so this means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn servant. Please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate, then, that I deal in cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. And a nation's ruler should dress her best for her adoring people, yes? Finery for our finest lady, that's right. Come, third promise, my well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Finest lady. I like the sound of that. Alright, I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. What did we just talk about? Aaronville, when did you... Ah, a Shitona from far-off Zaktural. Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survive them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. No thank you, I am not in need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the third promise. Perhaps another time. Of course, my shop door is always open. You were saying something about not being easily charmed? That's funny. I was just... As I mentioned previously, the Pelu people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Wuklamat fall prey to this affable approach time and time again. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. A valuable insight into the minds of the Pelu Pelu. Let us all take Aaronville's words of caution to heart. Alright, on that note, it's been a little over an hour. That's good enough for now, so I'm gonna go do some dungeons and stuff, maybe get up to 100 and pick up another time. So thanks for joining. Bye.